EMIR members are going to be seeing actually a flurry of new laws and regulations that are coming out, particularly here in the UAE. Consistent with what's going on a global scale, we're starting to see more regulations, new laws coming through. There is a law around the new movable securities law. There is potentially a new foreign investment law. There's a lease finance law, and I think one of the key ones actually is probably the new bankruptcy law. The key feature of that legislation is that it's going to effectively decriminalise business failure. That's one of the key things that entrepreneurs struggle with in this region, is the fact that if the business goes wrong, there are some very severe penalties. We're hopeful that it would also do things like decriminalise bouncing cheques, which again is a key deterrent for doing business in the region. Well, VAT is due to come in on the 1st of January 2018. The stage we're at the moment is that it's still with the GCC Council because it's being done on a GCC-wide basis, and they are due to produce the implementation regulations actually next month. So we've still got about 12 months out. Now, how that's going to impact on EMIR members. The MNCs, I suspect, are going to be well prepared. They already file VAT returns. They're used to dealing with VAT in other jurisdictions around the world. What it is going to do, however, and what they do need to be mindful of, is that it's going to bring into sharp focus the jurisdictions in which they do business, and to ensure they have the correct licences to operate in those jurisdictions. If, for example, they're operating in an emirate here without the proper licences, then they may have revenues or requirements to produce VAT returns in those jurisdictions where they perhaps don't have a licence. Where I think that the difficulties are going to lie are going to be the smaller companies that aren't necessarily that well prepared or haven't really been through the process before. We've seen the announcements about the new judicial tribunal, which effectively is going to govern conflicts between Dubai courts and the DIFC courts. Now, we haven't seen the meat on the framework of what that's going to look like. We don't even know what language, for example, the proceedings are going to be undertaken in. However, there was a case just last month where the DIFC court did refer to the new tribunal. There were a case of parallel proceedings in the DIFC court and the Dubai courts, and the DIFC court actually ruled that it wasn't until a judgment had been made that they could then deal with the conflict issue. But what they did say, interestingly, in that case was that it was a case for the new tribunal to rule on rather than the Union Supreme Court, which would have dealt with the issue previously.